Welcome back, it's Paul here. It's the Elseware Entertainment Soulstorm Tournament, Santiago forever, against I Know Shade, Santiago versus Shade, Orcs versus Eldar. We are at a tied 1-all, this is the best of three, this is the deciding game, game number 3. It's on Blood River, and with Shade having lost the previous game, he's picked Blood River as the map to decide the fate of the series, and I guess the player who wins this will go on to compete against the winner of the match between Epics and, what's his name, Marty. We'll have that match to you before long. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm really dragging it out because Marty and Epics are taking a while to actually play their series. They will play it, and we'll have that series out to you before long. Tau versus Orcs again. We've seen that matchup before, but this time with more skilled players involved on either side. Let's take a look at the build orders. We've got Santiago going for a generator, and it looks like Marty not going for his generator. He's gone straight for Dark Reapers. I did talk about Banshees a little bit earlier last game on Outer Reaches. I was critical of the build. In hindsight, the Howling Banshees build wasn't so bad. But again, I mean, it didn't pay off for him in the end. Banshees, unfortunately, a little bit vulnerable, a bit easy to kill. Unfortunately, pathing wasn't kind to him later on in the game. He played well, but it didn't cut it in the end, and Santiago was the victor. And look at this, we've got a Bone Singer moving in and preventing these, or slowing these Orcs down into taking the relic, and of course giving Shade a bit of scouting as to where Santiago is sending his capping order, where he's actually sending his units earlier on, and Dark Reaper is now moving out to secure the other relic, preventing the Sluggers from taking that early on as well. I'm liking his play so far, just keeping his ground covered, making sure that Santiago can't be too greedy with his map control and capping order. In the meantime, taking points of his own with the Guardians and at a fairly tight rate. We've got the mech coming in the background, and here we go. Dark Reaper's opening up on these Sluggers. Is this going to stop Santiago from taking the point? I believe it will. Look at that. One Slugger down already, and the Slugger's trying to reinforce, but the concentrated fire from the Dark Reaper is too quick. Here comes the big mech. This is actually going to give him the opening that he needs. Watch this. The big mech coming in, and he's going to sacrifice his boys here. He's going to reinforce them, and look at that. Dark Reaper's moving, and now it's Shade's turn to sacrifice some units. He's trying to decap it, and it's going to take him quite some time. It is a relic after all, and it's going to take him some time. He's brought in his reinforcements to try and make Santiago pay for hitting on his Dark Reapers there while this is going on. But almost there. There's the decap, and he's prevented his opponent from taking the point. Now is the time to move out with the Dark Reapers. Don't want to stay in close combat, or at least want to train some fire on them. Not so quick with there with the fleet of foot, by the way, removing that. And man, looks to be tight so far. Most of the action's going on in Shade's own territory, I must say. So he's not really the aggressor here, but he has got enough Dark Reapers on the field to really contend this time in the early game. We've got 1 point, which hasn't been quite finished there. He's wanting to secure that with his Bone Singer, and finally the big mech has been chased off, focus fired there with the Dark Reapers. I'm not really sure what the Dark Reapers are left to take that point, though the Guardians could probably do a better job at that, leaving the Dark Reapers free to do some firing elsewhere on the field, and nicely keeping this Bone Singer alive, or is he? Hesitating for a moment there before pulling it back, and luckily surviving with some health left. We've got a War Banner back at Santiago's base, looking to get things to swing. Third War Banner going down in the river, the Blood River itself, and the focus of the game now shifting to the other relic on the other side, trying to chase down some Sluggers. I like the way he's playing this, moving forward with the Dark Reapers, using their speed, then stopping, getting some shots off before his enemy gets away too far. And the other side, it's just Big Mech versus Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers tend to have the advantage in these skirmishing situations. They've got the speed and they've got the firepower. It's just stop, shoot, run again, toggle fleet of foot on and off, and that's the way you do it. And that's the way you play Eldar. And Shade, obviously veteran of Eldar, able to show us how it's done. And Big Mech not really taking too much damage here. Dark Reaper's not upgraded, not really fully reinforced yet. It's not really their time to shine. But once you get to Tier 2, and just before you hit Tier 2, Dark Reaper's pretty good unit choice, obviously capable of a lot of damage. And looks to be time for Shade to get his own back, doing a bit of harassment here, just making Santiago pay as much as possible. And here come the boys, moving with the Sluggers up the hill, and Dark Reaper's ready to take this on. Dark Reaper's going straight for it, gonna get some damage done here, and Big Mech coming up from behind, teleporting back just to try and trip them up a little bit here. Shade's pulling back again, and it's just going to get until he's right out of range and then turn around and start firing it. In the meantime, he secured the relic on the other side of the board, so looks like he's doing well in terms of territory. I think after a couple of minutes has passed, Shade will probably be ahead in terms of territory. Will Santiago be ahead in terms of tech, though? We'll have a look at that. We've got several wire banners up and running. We must have about 4 up and running, and that's the mech shop, so I'd say yes, definitely he's ahead in terms of tech. Putting down a pile of guns now, so that's well and truly the advantage in terms of tech control, technology. Shade needs to be going for tier 2 now. He's going to need those fire dragons ASAP, as soon as possible, in order to fend off those inevitable trucks that are going to be spammed at him. And he's done well to keep ground, he's done well to secure points and keep his opponent in the own side of his map. Shade putting down more plasma generators, but I feel like he's behind in terms of technology. That's going to hurt him later on, and I'm waiting around to see that Spirit Shrine coming up. Going to allow him to get to tier 2, and he's going to need to get that before the war trucks start really just hammering him. In the meantime, putting the pressure on, you can see the Dark Reapers just pouring those rockets into that LP2, and putting the pressure on like this is a good idea. If he can keep the fight away from his own base long enough to get that tier 2 up and running, he'll have a good fighting chance into tier 2. Here's the first truck out, though. That's going to be dangerous. The Dark Reapers don't really have the answer for that truck, because the truck really just takes a lot of firepower from them. It's not as well armored as some other vehicles in the game, but for this early stage of the game, he's able to get it out quickly, and that's the advantage of getting a truck up and running. The truck heading straight towards Shade's base. Shade's going to need to be getting that tier 2 up and running. He's going to need to have a time limit ticking down. There's the Soul Shrine going up now. It's halfway done. Well, not even that. About sort of 2 out of 5, I'd say. 2/5 of the way down. And as you can see, one Dark Reaper nailed already. He's going to lose another one before long, and that's going to be trouble. He's just going to be losing precious units to this war truck in the middle of the base. Looks like Shade trying to put up a gun there, a turret support platform, but the bones thing have been taken out. Santiago playing well here to snipe those workers. He's already got another gun, by the way, out in the background. Didn't see that. So that's quite cool, able to do some shooting there. Dark Reaper's moving elsewhere. He doesn't want to lose too many of them. He wants to be able to fend off any orcs moving into his territory. There's the second truck coming in. Man, just desperately in need of those fire dragons, but they're not going to be there for some time. He's got to finish the Soul Shrine first. He's got to get the upgrade, then he's got to pump them out, and then he's got to reinforce the squad. It's going to be ages before that happens, and in the meantime he's going to lose a lot. Just how much is he going to lose before this happens is the question on everybody's lips right now. 2 support platforms up and running. A lot of firepower, a lot of defense in Santiago, in Shade's base. He's going to need more Bone Singers. I'd be building more Bone Singers up out of him. Dark Reaper's running away, getting shot to bits right now, having to reinforce them, spending a lot of money on this. Hopefully he can even afford fire dragons when the time comes. That war truck really low on health, though. He might be able to turn around and nail it to prevent himself being shot. In fact, if I were him, I'd turn around and start shooting directly at it with his Dark Reapers, just so he could actually get something done there. Soul Shrine now up and running. Things getting pretty exciting. We're going to wait for that Fire Dragon squad to pop out. Where is the Fire Dragons? Doesn't have enough for it just yet. And Distortion Cannon being produced there. That's quite cool. Going to be useful against the trucks for the meantime. And there the Fire Dragons. They're finally being produced at last. In the meantime, things are actually turning pretty sour for Shade, I must say. Santiago's in a great position. He's building more vehicles. He's got knobs. Knobs are on the field. Ouch, that's going to be a problem. Once they get in, they're really going to be able to deal with those fire dragons. So Santiago has stayed one step ahead of his opponent. Shade at long last getting those fire dragons up and running, so he's going to be able to hit back. He's going to be able to nail those war trucks now. There you go. Fire dragons shooting at the war truck, not going to last too long. As you can see, the health bar going straight down. Losing the plasma generator as it happens. Man, Santiago just too good. He's just playing too well at the moment. Shade not able to keep up with him. Honestly, I would say that normally Eldar do pretty well against orcs. Pretty fair matchup, to be honest, but Eldar, I'd say, often have the advantage, but not in this case. Santiago's just played too well, and he's probably going to be taking the lead for some time now. We'll see what Shade can do to take it back. Don't count him out just yet. He's got Dark Reapers, but here come the knobs. Those knobs are going to be really tough to deal with. Really very tough unit, and here comes a Harlequin. Good choice there by Shade. He's going to need that Harlequin to knock down the Shades, to knock down the knobs, keep them out of action for some time, and really in the state of rebuilding things. But Santiago going for both relics. He's got a technology in full swing. If he gets the flash gets at some point in time, then Shade's well and truly dead. But that's a while off yet. Going in with the Harlequin now, knocking a lot of knobs down, and the Fire Dragon's trying to chase down the war truck. Maybe moving too aggressively into orc territory here. They can get close. They can get CC'd too easily. Engaged in close combat is what I meant there. And there you go now. Nob's going straight for the Fire Dragons, bashing them. And the Fire Dragon's trying to lay in some support. He's got a squad of shooters in the background. Good choice there by Santiago. And Shade forced to retreat, unfortunately. Losing his Fire Dragons, unfortunately. A lot of them taking casualties, unfortunately. Man, this has been a violent battle, and teleporting in deep with the Nobs, getting stuck into that support platform. This looks bad for Shade indeed. And Santiago has probably got the game now. He's just got everything surrounded. He's got the territory. He's got lots of reinforcements coming. He's got a war track, I should say, in the background there. Just absolutely mauling that static defense with his Nobs. Looks like Shade's going to go for some support of his own with the support portal, but it's too late. Too little too late. And we're seeing the end of the game here. So hope you guys enjoyed the series. It was a very exciting finisher, I believe. I'm just going to cut the actual replay length is 11 minutes and 12 seconds. 11 minutes is the maximum that I can upload to YouTube, so I'm going to cut it short by about 15 seconds here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As you can see, Shade is well and truly screwed. As you can see, I must say that. And it's time to end the commentary. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll have Marty versus Epics as soon as they've played their series. Not too sure what it'll be. You may have to wait some time to see that series. But then, after that's done, we'll see the final. Thanks for watching, guys.